Rich Rebuilds is going to be here to talk about the Cybertruck and specifically about what people are going to do to it. All the aftermarket mods, are they going to make it prettier? Are they going to make it uglier? We're going to talk about it all. But today, it's actually a pretty special occasion because this is the launch of his new segment called Talking Shop with Rich Rebuilds. As you know, we've added a few contributors, and Rich is one of them. Of course, Karsten Breitfeld, the CEO of Faraday Future, he already premiered his segment a week ago. And of course, Sandy Monroe. It's kind of time for the next one, so stay tuned. And if there was ever reason to subscribe to this channel, all of these amazing contributors, so go ahead and click on the subscribe button. And if you already have, then the bell notification icon so you don't miss anything moving forward. But today, we're going to talk to Rich because, as if you don't know, he is the guru of Tesla mods, Tesla aftermarket rebuilds, and he really knows his stuff. He just opened his shop. I don't know if you guys are aware. It's an independent Tesla repair shop. We're going to talk about that as well. So I'm excited to have him. I have him twice already, but I'm excited to have him regularly because there's always so many topics that we can talk about, and he always has not just a unique perspective, but also a very humorous take on a lot of things. And I like that. And I think you guys like this as well. All right, before I bring him in, a quick reminder that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byton. Check out their all-electric SUV called Ampide. You know, I would love to see what people are going to do aftermarket to this one because this is going to be a beautiful car. So don't forget to make your reservation, specifically because, you know, it doesn't cost you anything. When can you say that about all of these other cars? So go to the description of this video to reserve your Byton today. It takes about 60 seconds of your time. But without further ado, let's talk to Rich. Rich, welcome to your first segment on E4Electric.
Hey, how are you, man? How you been, Alex?
Good, good, good. I know we had a couple of interviews here on this channel, but I figured, hey, my audience loves your channel and our videos, so might as well do it a monthly thing.
It's really about time. This was a long time coming. I'm glad we did it for sure.
Yeah.
But I like your interview style and format, whereas I'm just more so all over the place. You're a lot more structured. This is a good way to kind of reel me in back down to earth.
Well, this is essentially your channel, and we're calling it Talking Shop with Rich Rebuilds. So, let's talk shop a little bit because since, the first interview that we did, you actually opened your own shop. And but you don't work there. You just supervise and have an actual technicians there. And I know a lot of people ask, like, why isn't Rich there and stuff like that? What is the answer to that? Because I know there's a pretty good answer to that.
Well, because when you bring your anywhere from $50,000 to $110,000 car to get repaired at a shop, typically you want someone that's Tesla certified or someone that knows what they're doing to work on it. I more so kind of figured things out by reverse engineering, and people may not want a person like me kind of doing that. But again, I'm not a mechanic. I'm no one special. I just kind of learn by myself, and I think I'll trust that to the professionals. So they're the ones that work on the vehicles. I'm just kind of the showman that says, hey, check out the shop, come check us out. And I more so direct traffic and business towards the shop itself.
All right, fair enough, man. But I'm excited for you. But today, let's talk about a topic that's been in the news, obviously, for a few weeks now, and which is the Tesla Cybertruck. And the funny thing about it is that so many people, love the specs, but kind of really don't like the design. So I'm seeing a lot of pictures and even videos of people saying, well, this is how I'm going to modify this ugly thing into something that I like. So I thought it would be a perfect person to talk about, okay, what modifications do you think can be done to this thing? How many of them are reasonable? Because obviously the structure is very different. The panels are very flat, and let's talk about just, physical modifications on our outside design modifications, but also what can be done, under the hood, if you will.
Now, there's going to be a million things done to this thing for sure, because if there's one thing people love the United States, as you know, one of the most popular segments of all time is the pickup truck. And I think as of this point, I think pickup trucks are still outselling cars in a lot of senses. So people love their truck. People love modifying their trucks. The first thing you're going to think of are people are going to put bigger wheels on it for sure. In terms of lifting it or having some kind of body lift or suspension, because this truck's so advanced, it's one of the few trucks that actually has air suspension on all four corners. Lifting this truck or raising it so it gets more ground clearance is going to be a lot easier because they're effectively just air struts, so you could kind of maybe trick the system or do a few modifications so it actually there's more air going into the bags themselves to raise it. So that could definitely be a thing for sure. However, I'll tell you one thing: the Tesla slash EV owners in general are a very different breed of people because it seems like anything that you do to the vehicle to reduce its range is considered as a big no-no. For example, a lot of the people that see my car and say, "Hey, wait, why do you have the 21-inch wheels on there? Why are your wheels so wide in the rear? Doesn't that take a big hit on range?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, it does, but the car looks great." So I feel that a lot of people that actually get this will get it and kind of leave it stock because they want to get as much range as possible. Because it's one of the few things, sorry, one of the few vehicles that when you purchase it, your range isn't what it is. You actually have to pay more to get more range. And what I mean by that is when you purchase your typical, let's just say your pickup truck, or you purchase a typical vehicle, the base price of the vehicle will be, let's just say, $70,000. And the $70,000 version will get 25 miles a gallon. The $80,000 version will get 25 miles a gallon because it's typically just kind of one engine, amongst multiple models. And if you want a premium version, you get a bigger engine, but the miles per gallon doesn't really change that much. In Tesla slash EV world, what happens in a lot of cases is that you pay a premium to get more range. So, for example, the first Cybertruck, I think it starts off in maybe the 40s. I want to say
900 or something like that.
Right,
Yeah.
in the low 40s. But if you want that extra range, you're paying a premium. You're paying upwards of 10, 15, $20,000 to get that range. So for people to say, "Hey, look, I paid an extra 10 grand to get this range, but at the same time, I'm going to put these giant wheels on it to reduce the range back to the mid-grade model," it's definitely a tough sell. So this is definitely a different market for truck modifications. Are people actually going to do stuff to it? Maybe. I definitely see people doing stuff to it. Suspension is one of the first things people usually do. On a gas powered truck, exhaust is a second thing, but this one isn't going to have that problem, obviously. The typical truck things, like you see maybe bigger fender flares. You see maybe a light bar on it, but I believe this one has an integrated light bar, integrated LED light bar at the top. So you'll see things like that. You're going to see things like a winch. You have like a big, goofy looking winch in the front to pull other people out of ditches and things like that. Maybe you'll have a ladder rack. But having a ladder rack might be kind of tough on this too, only because of the shape. Because in most trucks, at least the back is at least flat, and you could kind of make a structure so that it supports like a load leveling, flat piece on it. But making this work will be kind of tough. On other trucks, the body lines are make it a lot easier to add things to it. This one, because it's one solid structure and one solid piece, it'll definitely make that more interesting slash maybe more difficult. But most people are just doing the very standard truck guy things to trucks. Again, lifts, bigger wheels and tires, more lights, and exhausts.
Now, let me ask you this crazy question then. Do you think there will be people converting this electric truck into a gas-powered truck?
You know what? I don't know. I don't.
Has anybody ever done that with an electric car? Because I feel like if someone's going to do it to an electric car, it might just be to this one.
Yeah, I think that would be interesting. I think what they would have to do is they'd probably get a maybe a wrecked one or one that was in an accident and throw like a big fat V8 in there. But I do think what's going to happen is I think a lot of auto manufacturers will see the success that the Cybertruck is getting and see the media attention it's getting, and they actually may consider their own version of the Cybertruck. They may just have this crazy cyberpunk vehicle to compete with it because the numbers aren't lying. People are interested in this thing. People are talking about it. And when you see it on the road, even though I think it's kind of ugly, people are going to be talking about it. They're going to want attention, and they're going to be purchasing it.
You know,
Yeah.
I kind of I've said it before. I think the Cybertruck is the Kardashians of the electric cars, and not because of the
Right.
big butt, because of the, whatever Kardashian does something, right? This is like, well, this is what we're supposed to like, and I think Tesla might just be in a position where it's like, hey, listen, you think it's ugly? Nope, we're telling you it's pretty. Go ahead and buy it.
Yeah. Instead of listening to the market and asking them what they want, they're telling them what you want. For example, the Model 3 interior, it's super basic. No one realized they wanted an interior with no buttons until the Model 3 came out. And I think you're absolutely right. Same thing with the iPhone, as a matter of fact. Remember the iPhone back in the day? Remember when the iPhone came out? When did the iPhone come out? Maybe 10, 15
Oh
years
my
ago?
God, yeah, it's been a while. Yeah,
It,
over a decade. Yeah.
it's been a while, right? So when the iPhone came out, do you remember what the other phones looked like?
Yeah, no, they were all pretty, right? They were all
Right?
very, thin and all of that stuff. And the iPhone looked
And
kind
they
of like
all
a
had
brick.
all phones had buttons. Every phone had a button.
You're right.
Your button phone. And then when this thing came out, this sleek looking, monolith looking thing came out, people were just like, I didn't realize this is what we wanted. So
Yeah.
now that Tesla came out with this, everyone thinks it's super ugly, but I think they'll dictate and say, hey, this is what people want now. And I bet you any money that there will be another auto manufacturer that will copy the design of the Cybertruck.
Wow. You know what? That is a very interesting idea because, yeah, I never thought about it. But on another hand, would you agree that a lot of modifications to this truck is going to be done like people are doing in renderings right now to make it look more like a traditional truck? Or do you think people will only add more weird stuff on it?
People are going to increase the weirdness value for sure.
Really?
Because the more you make it look like a regular truck, the more value that it actually loses. Because people are buying this Cybertruck for a couple of reasons. One, you can't really beat the specs. The specs are great. On the other hand, they're buying it because of its crazy look. And I would say at this point, it's probably 50-50, but it's just, you really can't deny the look of it. And I think people are going to try to keep that signature look,
Interesting. Well, I mean, I'm excited to see. By the way, have you made your reservation yet?
I have not my mirror reservation. I haven't.
Why not?
What's going to happen is there's going to be, think about this for a second. Year and a half ago, the Rivian pickup truck wasn't really a thing. It was an idea, and now they released it. They were working quietly on the background. They released it. Everyone wants one. Everyone's going crazy, going to the shows. I want a Rivian. I want it. I want it. I want it.
Yeah.
And they kind of crept in silently and said, hey, look, we have a product. Check this out. Now that the Cybertruck has come out, I bet you more manufacturers are going to come out of the woodwork with their own version of an electric pickup truck to kind of go head to head with the Cybertruck. So the Cybertruck isn't coming out, as far as I know, for maybe 2 or 3 years. Is that correct?
At least 2 years, yeah.
At the very least 2 years. By then, there will be, at a minimum, 2, maybe 3 additional choices that we don't have right now to say, hey, listen, we're going to beat them to the market and they're going to come out first. So, I'm kind of holding off to see. $100 is relatively inexpensive, but there's a couple other things that I'm working on right now. I really want my Roadster, so I'm working on saving some money for that.
Yeah.
That too.
How many free roasters are you getting, by the way?
Oh gosh, I'm not getting any free Roadsters.
Oh.
No, I get a discount on one Roadster. I think I get about maybe 70% off.
Oh my God, that's exactly what I'm getting. I couldn't get to the free roaster because I just wasn't advertising it much.
Exactly.
And then, right? Like I was like, but it's kind of, well, whatever. The only
So
thing is,
so are you going to get it though? That's the thing.
well, it would be kind of silly not to get it. I mean, honestly, I cannot drive that damn thing because even the Raven, P100D version, like whenever I floor it, whenever I get one, like I get I'm an old man. Like I floor it, I get nauseous, I get a headache for the rest of the day. Like I can't handle it. So I might sell it or maybe use it for some videos and sell it. But it's all gonna depend on whether or not we're all gonna have to pay income tax on it, which I have a feeling we might.
Yes, that's very interesting. I really hope they don't do it that way because that's really going to pound a lot of people.
I think they will, because when you're getting the price of the Powerwall, I don't know if you've gotten that.
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, if you do, see, the reason I'm getting it is because I tweeted at Elon, and he actually replied, and the next day I got a phone call, your Powerwall is ready. So
awesome.
there, if you want your Powerwall, all you have to do is talk to Elon. It's very simple.
Okay.
But
easy. Yeah. Hey,
yeah,
what's up,
super
man?
easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but then they basically did tell me that, you know, we're gonna send you the whatever forms and stuff like that. So I have a feeling everyone's gonna get an income tax. So we're talking about, depending on our salaries, but 100,000 probably 80,000. Yeah. So it's gonna depend on that. All right. Well,
yeah,
that's definitely down there. This is the only car, the Roadster, right, that has not been scheduled for production out of everything, including the pickup truck. So we don't have to worry about it for a while, man, you know?
Well, they're saying the 2020 Roadster. What does that mean? Does it come out in 2020?
No. Like, literally, they have not announced the production date. Like, semi-truck is going in production in 2020. You know, the pickup is going in production 2021, I'm assuming, or 2022. Yeah. So Model Y.
And the Model Y. The Model Y is next year, right? Is that next year or the year after?
Yeah, the next year, and actually probably even earlier than we thought. But the thing is that we don't know when the Roadster is going to production, so we can forget about our hopes and dreams on that one.
Okay. Yeah. So there's time for me to save up some more. So
yeah, you can spend $100. Don't worry about it for the Cybertruck. Yeah.
So there's a chance that I could see the Cybertruck before the Roadster.
Yes, that is actually, yeah, that's kind of funny that yeah. All right. Well, hey, listen, this has been fun. We definitely will see more renderings and at some point more actual mods, and I'm kind of hoping you're gonna do one as well once the first one gets racked, which I'm gonna assume within the first 5 minutes of it being in someone's hands, right? So I'm looking forward to that. But hey, listen, thanks so much for hanging out with me. You know, once again, this is a monthly segment, so I will see you next month.
Hey, adios, Alex. Thanks for having me on the show.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I love talking to Rich. He's got so many interesting ideas, so many different angles. I have not thought about actually a couple of things that he mentioned, and I'm excited to see what maybe he'll do with the Cybertruck if he gets, or when I should say, he gets his hands on it. And I'm also looking forward what people are going to do. I really am curious to know if they're going to make it look more like a actual pickup truck. But of course there will be hearses and limos and probably so many other things. It's going to be definitely a lot of fun. Of course, I also want to thank all of my Patreons for supporting this channel, specifically Marty Brown, one of my latest members. If you want to become a Patreon and support this channel, and one of the biggest perks to watch me live and do all of these videos live, go to the description of this video. Patreon.com/E4Electric is where you can find me. And once again, if you haven't subscribed to watch Rich and maybe many other amazing contributors here weekly and monthly, go ahead and click on the subscribe button so you don't miss anything forward. And of course, don't forget the bell notification. That bell is really important. All right, guys, I'm looking forward to your comments. Rich is looking forward to your comments. Other than that, I will see you guys next time, and remember to stay charged.